Cool 101.7. I have Sheila Wonders with me this morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Sheila, I caught on the internet. Now, sometimes there are people that play around town and I catch their act and I say, oh, you got to come in and play a Christmas song. And then there are some people I catch on the internet just through different things. And we have some friends that are the same. And I saw that you sing and I listened to some of your stuff and I was like, she's not bad. I'd love to have her in.
Well, that's a fair
That's
assumption.
that's kind of why we got you in here. So now
Awesome.
let's learn a little bit about you. How long have you been playing?
Guitar?
Just guitar or singing, performing?
Gosh, guitar on and off since 17, but I got to around the age of 30, and then I started playing really regular.
Okay.
I go through spurts where I just do nothing but practice guitar. And I still do. It just kind of comes and goes. It depends on the season.
What's your go-to song when you're practicing?
I'm practicing my go-to song?
Yeah.
Well, I'm practicing for my lounge act on what was it, Friday, I think, upstairs in the home studio there.
Mm-hmm.
And there is no go-to.
There isn't something that you always lapse into.
No.
Okay.
And that goes the same for audience, because it depends on the audience and their reaction, what it is I
Are you known
slide
for a
into.
song? Speaking of your audience,
You
like
know
when
what?
you go somewhere, are you known for something that people go, I hope you're going to play this song this time?
I would say, and to much to my chagrin, that would be Brand New Key by
Okay.
Melody.
All right.
That's if people are kind of, not paying attention, you just play those first few bars and all their ears perk up and you see people's heads bouncing around.
Because they know it.
They know it. They like it. They kind of, some people know me for doing it and like my rendition, but it's like it's fundamentally simple, and not to patronize my audience, but if I want an equal exchange from them, I have to give them a crowd pleaser like Brand New Key or one of my songs, the Liar song. Those are my two go-to, and they're
All
both
right.
in the key of C.
So you do have a go. You do have a go-to song.
I do have a go-to song. I have a couple of them.
What got you into music? Was there somebody in your family, somebody in your life, or was it just something that you kind of picked up?
Elvis Presley.
That's okay.
And the Beatles,
So
we
who?
listen
How
to
did you?
records.
Okay. So how did you hear it? Was it your family member, your parents,
Well,
How
my-
did you discover Elvis Presley? Because I have to say
come
that's not something that you're around my age, and that's not something I would have listened to had I not been introduced to Elvis.
Of course, my parents introduced me to Elvis, but
Okay.
it wasn't as if they said, "Oh, here's Elvis,
Right.
meet Elvis."
No.
It was these
They just had it
records
on, and you were like,
they were lying around, Beatles records lying around, and this might sound strange, but I used to, how kids read children's books or whatever. I always
Right.
had my nose in songbooks.
okay.
My dad was a guitar player, and he always had these fake books laying around, and I was always, rather than reading Dick and Jane, I was reading lyrics, and I remember reading the lyrics to Light My Fire
Okay.
when I was 10, and I'm like, what is this? And I call my mom over, Mom, how does this go? And in her country twang, she starts singing the song, and I was laughing LMFAO. I was just laughing. That was like my first introduction to the Doors. I'd never heard them before, but it was through songbooks.
Are you a liner reader? Do you like the old albums? You read all the liners then?
Of course.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm that person too, and I hate MP3s for that reason. If when you downloaded them, it came with like a little thing where you pass your mouse over it and you could read who wrote it and who did it and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be all for them. I love MP3s and I love music, but I also like that part of music.
Absolutely.
What somebody was thinking, everything, and maybe that's why the interview to me is so much a part of music, because I like knowing Who did what? How did you write that? How'd you meet? You know, that sort of thing.
Yeah, my recent record store purchase was
Record store? Where?
the Vinyl Cave.
I'm just kidding. There's
That's-
I mean, you can't really go to a record store anymore, you know?
You can. They're around.
But I mean, you know what I'm saying? You know how they used to be everywhere? You could go to the mall and you could go to, there was one everywhere. And
I'm
there isn't anymore.
fortunate. There's one 2 blocks from my house.
Oh, wow.